So to start with the PT Academy, so I've been associated with PT Academy. So needless to say about PT Academy, so many job aspirants has upskilled and got a better job with a good salary packages in the market with the various courses. And so this particular demo is completely about business analysis. So there are like totally 4 roles that you can apply for at the end of this particular course. So the roles means you will get to know that slowly one by one. So I would like to highlight what are those 4 roles that you can apply for by the end of this course. The one is the business analyst role, and one is product owner role. Okay. And the other one is the technical business analyst, and the fourth one is technical product owner. And if you are interested, you can apply for Scrum Master as well. So with the same course. Okay. So it's a mixture of like multiple concepts where I have designed it in a proper way that what you will be doing in the real-time project. See, so in online you can read like many books and you can get a lot of content, but that is not sufficient, correct? So you would like to understand what is a day-to-day life of a business analyst, or what is a day-to-day life of a product owner. So with whom we will be interacting, what we will be interacting, how we will be documenting, when we should respond, how we should respond. So all these points, like I have designed like all the topics, and I will share you soon the course of content, like so what we will be having. And by end of this course, you will be well trained with all these particular topics, whatever I'm going to show. And also you can apply for these 5 roles, I can say. So the Scrum Master is additional bonus role. If you're interested, you can apply for, but the primarily our focus should be business analyst, technical business analyst, product owner, and technical product owner. So these are the 4 primary roles that we are targeting in this particular course. And if maybe some people are like interested in Scrum Master as well, so you can definitely apply for that particular role with the same knowledge whatever you're gaining in this particular classes. Okay. So that is about the brief introduction of myself and the PT Academy. Okay. So, and I would like to get to know about you guys so that I can explain you in a better way, like as per your need and as per your requirement. So maybe if you can quickly introduce yourself, not like no need to elaborate about yourself. So just say that like whether you are a fresher or like you are working in some other domain. So like if you are working in some other domain, how many years of experience you have. So such kind of information should be fine. Yeah. So maybe quickly, who would like to start?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Pranav, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. My name is Pranav Mahajan. I am from Pune. I have completed my MBA in Business Analytics this year.
Okay.
Side by side, I was doing a job in MNC as software analyst, and I'm fresher to this domain, like business analyst. Thank
Okay.
you.
Great. Thanks, Pranav. Yeah. Yeah. Anar.
I can continue. My name
Yeah,
is
sure.
Anar. I live in Azerbaijan. I have a bachelor's degree in social sciences. I've been working as a manual tester for the past 4 years. I'm hoping to switch to BA or product owner after that, completing this course.
Great. Thank you. Rupa? Priyanka? Yeah.
Hi, Priyanka here. Good evening, everyone. So I'm working as a business analyst, but due to the recent layoffs, so I'm looking for a better opportunity
Okay.
as
Yeah,
a product owner or a business analyst. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, hi, this is Chaitanya. I'm from Hyderabad, so I have experience of like 5 to 6 years working as the sales and marketing. So I was looking out for a switch into business analyst.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Chinmay, Manish. Ankita and Shubhankar.
Hi, so my name is Adarsh. I'm from Kerala, so I'm working as a cloud engineer right now. So I just want to switch my domain.
Okay, thank you, Adarsh.
Hi, Ankita here. I am working into investment banking since 7 years, and I want to switch my profile as a BA.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Chinmay here. I have around 13 years of experience, mainly into support role, wherein as in TAM and support manager. Recently, I have got a project as an product owner, like project coordinator come product owner. So I'm right now learning this side, the SDLC side, and that's why I'm interested in this course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Yeah. So thanks everyone for providing the details and quickly introducing yourself. So I've explained about myself and my past experience, what are the roles that I have worked. And this particular course duration, it will be like around 28 hours session, 28 to 30 hours. It cannot be like a fixed timeline, but approximately it will be 28 hours to 32 hours. And you can consider if you're doing it in a daily basis, like we can consider it, we can complete in 30 to 35 days. So that will be the duration of this particular course. Like that is very much needed to complete all the topics that I have designed and I have planned. Okay. So that is the duration of the particular course and course type. So you can reach out to admin of PT Academy. If you're interested in weekend or weekdays batch, you can reach out to them. So they will guide you in a proper way. Okay. And prerequisite, guys. So prerequisite, so no prior technical knowledge is needed. So say for example, if you want to become a ETL developer, so what is a prerequisite for ETL developer? So definitely you should learn SQL first, correct? So you should be able to write a SQL query on yourself, and then only you will be able to understand the packages. You will be able to understand to write to do the mappings and all. So that is a prerequisite for ETL developer. So similarly for this particular course, so there is no IT knowledge needed. Suppose even though if you are fresher or even though if you are working in a non-IT field, so there is no knowledge needed. So I will be explaining you from the scratch. And this particular course is not only theoretical, but also it is a practical. So it will be a mix of theoretical and practical sessions. I will make you practice. I will be giving the assignments to you, and there will be a doubt clearance sessions, and there will be a personal care taken on each and every individual, so that you will be getting your desired job. Okay, so that support you can expect from me and from PT Academy. Okay, so any questions, guys, so far before going into the course content? So if you have any questions, yeah. Okay, so hope no one is having a questions. You can maybe at the end of the session also I will open for a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please make a note and you can definitely ask about it. Okay. And why business analyst, guys? So why business analysis is needed? So who is a business analyst? So you need to know all these kind of things, right? So before learning this particular course, so everyone must have some basic knowledge about business analyst. So in simple terms, I will explain. So who is a business analyst? So business analyst will be acting as a mediator between the end user and your technical team. Okay, so when I say your technical team, so it consists of a mixture of multiple teams, like a UX developer, your database developer, your quality analyst. So all these team members and your solution architect. So all these members, I am naming them as technical team. And initially, I mentioned the terminology called end user. So who is the end user here? So the client is named as end user. The client, the stakeholder, so these guys we can name as a end user. So I'll repeat it. So business analyst will be acting as a mediator between the end user and your technical team. So why guys? So why business analyst should act as a mediator between these two particular bridges? Because the end user will be talking in a business terminology. Okay, so he will be always talking like how to improve the revenue, how to improvise the UX, how to achieve that particular functionality, so how to do the payment. So he will be talking in that particular terminology, and your technical team will always talk in a technical terminology. So they will not bother about your business needs, so they will only bother about their technical things. Okay, so if these two guys talk, right, so there will be a huge gap. So that is the reason there is a business analyst in between, and business analyst will act as a liaison between your technical team and your end user. Okay, clear? Am I clear, guys? So hope everyone is able to understand like what is the need of a business analyst here in the market.
Yes.
And what we will be doing as a business analyst. So you will get to know in the course like what you will be doing, what will be your roles and responsibilities, everything you will be getting to know. So say for example, I will give a small example. Suppose everyone must have used Flipkart and Amazon. So let's say there is a Reliance retail application called Agile, and Agile is already live, but let's assume Agile is not live and they're newly starting this particular retail application newly. So to start it, like what where they need to start, so they have to follow the SDLC, correct? So what is SDLC? They have to follow the software development life cycle. Okay, so everyone understand this terminology, so don't worry, don't think too much of it. I will explain in detail, but just understand on a high level. So they have to follow software development lifecycle process to achieve a particular product and to bring that into the market, correct? So for that, so what they will do, so first the business analyst, first they will talk to the product management team and they will explain their needs. So the from Agio or from Reliance, there will be some executives. So they will be telling their needs, like what is needed and what needs to be built. And like say already there are like giants like Amazon and Flipkart, and how different Agio should be. So these kind of needs and expectations, they will talk to business analyst and product management team. And then product management team or business analyst or product owner or product manager, whoever it is, so they will come up with a proper documentation, they will come up with a proper roadmap, they will come up with a proper plan how to achieve it, and they will give the solution first, like this is how we will be going to build, and this is the time frame that it is going to take. So that is the initial stage, correct? So we will explain everything, and once they are okay with that, then the project will kickstart. So then your role will actually start. So then the business analyst will actually come into the picture, and we will understand the requirements from module to module. Suppose it is a huge application, so we will segregate that application into multiple smaller chunks. Say for example, a login module, or the product management module, or the payments module. So like that, we will be segregating it, and multiple business analysts will be working on that particular area, because one person cannot handle a huge project, correct? So there will be multiple business analysts who will be working, and sometimes we'll be collaborating with the cross-functional teams. So when I say cross-functional teams, suppose I'm working for a payment module, and say Ankita is working for a login module. So we will have a good collaboration. So I will be collaborating with her, and I will be working with her, and I will understand if there are any integrations needed from this module, one module to another module. And based on that, I will be documenting it, and I will be proceeding with it, correct? So that is how it will start, guys. So as I said, so first there will be a discussion. So then there will be a solution coming up from the technical side. So who will be involving in this particular solutioning? So your technical product manager and a solution architect. So we have to collaborate, and we have to prepare the solution for it. So don't worry about this particular thing. So whoever has having like more experience, like 10 to 15 years of experience, will involve in this particular case study. Okay, so you forgot about it. So if you are looking for entry level or up to 5 years or 10 years, you will not be doing this particular activity. So only the senior level management will be involving more in this particular initial stage. Okay, so once the solution is finalized, so then your project will kickstart, and then your actual business analyst will come into the picture, and based on the roadmap, you will start working on it one by one. Okay, so that hope everyone understood like what is the need of a business analyst and who is a business analyst. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? Okay. So now let's talk about now you must have heard like I told 4 different roles, correct? So business analyst, technical business analyst, technical product owner, and product owner. So what is the difference between these roles? And also there is a role called data analyst. So that is altogether a different role. And data scientist is also there. So each and every role has a minor connection, guys. Like the roles and responsibilities will be overlapping with each and every role of this, and you have to choose your path, like where you will be fitting correctly. Okay, so say for example, Ankit is like he's mostly interested in the functional role. So then definitely you can choose your career as a functional business analyst, and you can become an expert in a particular domain, say for example healthcare, or clinical trials, or banking sector, or retail sector. So any sector. So get exposure on a particular domain, and then continue your career in that particular path as a functional business analyst. And say myself, like take an example of me. So I am a data enthusiast, and I'm interested more into data, so I will not bother about the domains at all. So I have switched to so many domains in the past, and the companies also, they never checked my ability in the domain exposure. Okay, why? Because they're mostly interested into what technicalities I have, and how I will be able to handle that particular project, and what value I will bring into that project. Such kind of things, like they have explored while giving the opportunity for me. Okay, so whoever is interested in the technical areas, right? So they can definitely prefer a technical BA or a technical product owner role. Okay, and some people will be mostly interested in the project management and managing the scrum team and all. So for such kind of people, like a scrum master is a perfect role, so they can choose a scrum master as their career. Okay, so this is a brief about the roles that I've explained. So you can apply for any role by end of this course, because I have designed a very good concepts, and not only theoretical. So I will be explaining each and everything in a practical way. Okay, so let's move into the contents quickly. So as I said, like a business analyst, like what is a technical business analyst, roles and responsibilities of a tech BA, importance of a BA in a project. So high level, you got a good understanding now. So in detail, I will be explaining once the course start, right? So in detail, I will be explaining what will be the role, what will be your responsibility, how to act, how to document it. So each and every topic I will be explaining in this particular section. And then we have to understand the fundamentals of IT, guys. So the fundamentals of IT means, like so what is a team structure? Suppose you got a job as a business analyst in an IT company with a 4 years of experience. So you have to understand, so what will be the team structure, who and all will be working in that particular team, what will be the hierarchy, to whom you have to report, who will work under you. So you have to understand all these IT infrastructure first, and then you have to understand the software development life cycle. So SDLC is like very important concept, guys. So why it is very important? So every project, so there will be a life cycle. So how a particular product will evolve and come in front of the users. So there will be a set of process for it. So that process I will be explaining as part of SDLC. And next, foremost important thing is the methodologies. So we have multiple methodologies, like mostly 90% of the projects are using Agile. So nowadays, like Agile projects are like preferred. Why? Because you will get to know that. So why? Because there is a very good advantage in Agile, because okay, before coming into the Agile, so let me talk about waterfall model. So waterfall model, so what is a waterfall model? As the name indicates, the water will fall from top to bottom. It cannot go top, correct? So suppose, say for example, the water is flowing from the from A to Z. So it cannot go backwards, correct? So it has to go down. That's it. So that now correlate with the project. So once the requirement is freezed, so that's it. So you cannot go back and change that particular requirement. Say for example, you have developed some particular web application or mobile application, and you have deployed it already to the client, and the changes are very difficult. So because you cannot come backward. So that is a main drawback of the waterfall. So so that is the reason, like Agile has came into the picture. So Agile means it is a kind of a methodology where we will have a fixed timelines in Agile. Okay, so when I say fixed timelines, we call them as sprints. Okay, so what is a sprint? So sprint is nothing but a fixed timeline. So 1 week to 4 weeks. So that is Agile timeline. So it can be a 1 week sprint, or 2 week sprint, or 3 week sprint, or max 4 week sprint. So this will be the duration of the Agile projects. Okay, and I will be explaining what are all the different methodologies that we have in Agile. So in Agile we have Scrum, and we will have Kanban methodology. And so inside that particular Kanban or Scrum, so what will be the hierarchy? Suppose we will have Epic. So I will explain what is Epic. So what is a user story? What is a subtask? What is a defect? So I will be showing the categorization of each and everything and hierarchy of each and everything and the format. So that is very much important, guys. Suppose how to write a user story. So there will be a specific format followed by in IT industries, correct? So you have to learn that particular format. So you have to learn that method, how to break that particular epic into story and how to break that story into subtasks. So that you have to understand. So that I will be explaining as part of this course. And as I said, agile ceremonies. There are multiple ceremonies in agile, like backlog refinement. Yeah, can you guys go on mute?
Hey.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi Nandakishore. Can you go on mute? Yeah, thank you.
I'm so sorry.
No problem. Yeah, so as I said, there will be different ceremonies in Agile, like backlog refinement, sprint planning, sprint retrospective. So like that, there will be so many ceremonies in Agile, and there will be a scrum of a scrum meetings. So that you have to understand, because you will be contributing contributing to these events, correct? So that is the reason, like, you need to understand the Agile ceremonies and your involvement in each and every event. Like, what is your involvement? So if you know your involvement, then you can perform better, correct? So you can be prepared and you can deliver your best. So that is the reason you have to understand this. And then the foremost thing is like requirement gathering techniques. So there are some techniques in requirement gathering. Say, for example, in the initial stage, I have given example of Agile. So how a project will kickstart. So at that particular time, there will be a different technique to gather the requirement. Maybe suppose Agile is already in live, and so there will be a different technique. There will be a different way of dealing the requirements once the product is live, correct? So there are like various scenarios how to gather the requirements. So those things I will be explaining. So how to elicit, how do we elicit the requirement, and how we will gather the requirement, and how we will break that into functional and non-functional requirement. So I'll just give one small example of functional and non-functional requirement. See, whatever the client is asking, right? So consider that as a functional requirement. Say, for example, he's asking there should be a button here. So suppose once you click on the Zoom app in your mobile application, so then it should ask for entering the meeting ID. Okay, that is a requirement. Okay, and let's say non-functional requirement. What is non-functional requirement? User will not give this non-functional requirement. You should be able to analyze and identify the non-functional requirement. Say, for example, whatever you are not seeing through your eyes, it is considered as a non-functional requirement. Say performance. Suppose there is a Zoom meeting scheduled, and what is the maximum limit that what is the maximum limit of that particular meeting? Suppose 100 or 500 or 1000, like what is the maximum limit, or what is the minimum limit, and who can record, who can share? So all these are like role specific, correct? Suppose host can record, host can share, and others cannot do that. So like that, there will be so many things. So those things will come under non-functional requirements. Okay, that you have to understand. Sometimes we will get to know it from the user, from the end user, by talking to them. So by checking their needs, we will come to know the non-functional requirements, and based on that, we will be documenting. So don't worry, I will explain in detail about the functional and non-functional requirements in the coming classes. Now let's move on. And the most important thing for a business analyst is documentation, guys. So why is documentation is required? Suppose in startups, there will be very less documentation, because they will hire only limited resources, and they will not have any time for documenting at all. Suppose business requirement document, they will never do it. So they will just develop the requirements on the fly, and they will deliver it to the client. But what is a drawback with that, guys? If you want to sell that particular product to some other client, suppose the framework of Agile is you wanted to sell that for Tata. Okay, so then again, it is very difficult to explain to the new client what we have done and what are the modules that we have. It is very difficult for you guys to again recreate everything. So that is the reason documentation is very much important, and you have to document it in a proper way. And there are some certain things in a documentation. So we have concepts of BRD, FRS, and SRS. and that is mostly for waterfall models. And for agile projects, mostly we will have Jira only. So we will have either Jira or TFS. So using one of these applications, we will be documenting the epic, we'll be documenting the user story, and we'll be documenting the subtask, and then we will have a good hierarchy so that it will be very crystal clear. And wireframes. What is wireframes? Wireframe is nothing but like a kind of, suppose if you want to construct a house case. So how you will do? Suppose you have a 40 by 40 land in Bangalore. So how you will construct your house? Directly, your labor will not start, and they will not build it randomly, correct? So there will be a floor plan first. You will decide a floor plan based on the vastu. So you will consider many things, like based on the ventilation, based on the facing, based on vastu complaint. So you will consider so many points, and then you will have a floor plan, correct? So that is nothing but a wireframe. So in the software projects also, for any particular web application or mobile application, how the screen should look like. So that particular drawing, we will call it as a wireframe. So there are specific tools in market to create that wireframe. So it is very easy. So you have to just drag and drop the buttons. You have to drag and drop the radio buttons or like text boxes, whatever it is. And then you have to name it, and you have to give it to your UX developer. That's it. So it is like a diagram. So rough diagram, I can say. So then your UX developer will design a proper with the proper colors, with proper font, with proper size, with everything, with proper position. So everything UX developer will take care, and they will design it as a proper web application. Okay. So that is nothing but a wireframe. And case study. So case study is one more important topic, guys. In a case study, so you can see, suppose there is an essay, like there is a 5-page essay, guys. No one will read it, correct? So it will be very hard to read that 5-page content and understand it. So that is the reason. So we will portray that particular use case in a proper way, like in a proper visual representation. So like a ER diagram, or like maybe use case diagram. So with some like swim lane diagram. So don't worry about these terminologies. I will explain the concepts one by one in a detailed way. So we will pictorially represent in an image format so that everyone can easily understand. Suppose you have left the company, and a new business has come into your place tomorrow. Okay. So he cannot like read all the 5-page content, and he cannot understand, correct? So that is the reason, if there are use case diagrams or any particular case studies, it will be very easy to understand by seeing them. Okay. So that is one more important topic I will explain. And gap analysis and market research. So mostly business analyst will not do this particular thing. Product owner and technical product owner will do this particular gap analysis and market research. So what is market research, guys? Say I give an example of Agile. So Agile, whenever you are building an application of Agile, so you will be comparing your application with the other giants, other leaders in the market, like Amazon or Flipkart, whatever it is, and you will see how better you can implement your Agile application, correct? Suppose they have a very good features, and if you are not implementing that, no one will show interest for using Agile, correct? So it is of no use spending a huge amount and spending so much of resources and spending a lot of time for building that particular application. So that is why market research is very much important, and you should always competing the other product in the market. So you should have some upper hand in that particular area, so that everyone will show some interest while using it, correct? So that is market research. So there are some techniques for it, and there is some process for it, and there is some analysis required for it. SWOT analysis, we call it as a SWOT analysis. So this is like a common interview question. Okay. Like for any product, we have to analyze what is the strength, what is the weakness, what is the opportunity, and what is a threat for it. Okay. So such kind of SWOT analysis is needed. And this particular section, it's purely for product owner. Okay. For business analyst, mostly they will not do it. And definitely product owner will do this particular area. Okay. And one more thing, guys, I will clearly explain the difference between the product owner and the business analyst in the coming classes. So you will get to know as a business analyst what you have to do, or if you are a product owner, what you will be doing. Okay. As I said, there will be overlapping areas, and only few things will vary from BA to PO. Okay. So you will get to know that. And team working agreements. Say once the development is completed, so what next? So when it will be deployed to production? Suppose in a local environment, your login page is completed, and when it will be deployed to production, and what are all the prerequisites for it? So what are the DORs and DODs for it? So DOR is nothing but definition of ready. Okay, and DOD is nothing but definition of done. So these are very two important concepts for a business analyst and product owner. Why? Because definition of ready means once it is ready, then only your development team and testing team will start with that particular user story or with that particular development activity. Until and unless definition of ready is not clear, they will never touch it. Okay. And definition of done. So it is your responsibility to make sure everything is done. So which means like proper testing should have been done, proper documentation should have been done, all the screenshots should have been captured by the testing team, and they should have tested in all the environments with different load test and performance test, everything. So once they're documented all those things, then only you can accept that and then only you can give your signal to move it to next level. Okay. And how to do the release notes. So don't worry too much of this particular area. So it is very simple concept. I will explain with some examples and with some real-time use cases, so that it will get registered and no need to mug up or no need to by heart anything. So my main agenda is you have to understand the concept. So explanation, so you can explain it in your own way. So it can no need to like explain in the same way like as it is in the applications or like as it is in the websites or any videos. Okay, so you have to understand the concept and you have to explain it in your own way. Okay, so that is about team working agreements. And then the important concept is story pointing techniques and estimation techniques. So what is the story point, guys? So in agile ceremonies, like there will be user story. As I said, we will have a user story, right? So for each and every epic, we have to do the t-shirt sizing. Say for example, there will be a different categories in t-shirt sizing, like small, medium, large, XL, double XL. Like that, we will have a different kind of t-shirt sizing for a particular epic. Say for example, login module is there. So how many stories will come under that particular login module? So how big is that particular epic is? So based on that, you need to do the t-shirt sizing. Say for example, there will be 6 to 7 user stories in that particular epic. Okay, for that particular module, like login module, there will be 6 to 7 user stories coming up. So I can consider that as a small or a medium or large size epic. Okay. And say, for example, there is a payments related thing. So in payments, it is a very huge module, correct? So in payments, there will be like a return process will also come into the picture. There will be cash on delivery. There will be like credit card payment. There will be EMI option. So there are like n number of options in payment. So I can consider payment module as double XL, because you will minimum to minimum get like 40 user stories in that particular epic, correct? So based on the particular size of that particular module, we have to do the t-shirt sizing. So that I will explain like how to do the t-shirt sizing and why we need the t-shirt sizing is because there should be some estimates. Your management will be expecting some estimates like how much time will be taken to complete that so-and-so activity or to complete that so-and-so epic. So for that purpose, we need to sit with development team, we need to sit with QA team, and we need to understand how many stories that will come up for that particular epic. And then based on that, you have to give a high level estimate. It can go wrong. So we cannot upfrontly decide how many stories will be coming up, correct? Suppose if you are deciding as 40 stories, there is no rule like you have to do 40. It can be 35, it can be 45, or it can be 50 also. It is just a rough estimate. Okay. So that is very much important, because management should understand, we should explain to management that how much time it will be going to take to complete that particular module or to complete that particular epic. Okay. So all these things will come under a roadmap. So I will explain clearly like what is roadmap and what is the importance of it in the classes. Okay. And velocity and capacity. So say, for example, your team consists of 5 developers. So what is the capacity of your team? Suppose you are constructing a house, guys, and if there are like 5 labor, okay, you can complete, let's say, if there are like five people working for your house, for a construction of your house, it will take some 6 months. Let's assume 6 months will take to complete the construction of the house. Let's say there are like 10 workers working for your construction, okay, then definitely you can complete in 3 to 4 months, correct? So obviously, based on the manpower only, we can estimate. So that is the reason, like, we need to understand what is the velocity and what is the capacity of your team. So you have to estimate based on your capacity of your team. Suppose there will be a fresher in your team, so you cannot expect him to deliver whatever 10 years experienced guy is doing, correct? So that is what is coming into the capacity planning. So that techniques I'll explain you. So how to understand the capacity of the team, so that I will explain you. And backlog and iteration planning. So backlog is nothing but a pending items, guys. Like iteration, I already explained. So iteration is nothing but a sprint. So you'll understand the concept of how to do the backlog refinement and how to maintain the backlog. So what is a good way to maintain the backlog? So all these points you will get to know. Okay. And the next important thing for a technical business analyst or a technical product owner is the sections 9 and 10, integration with APIs and SQL. So these two are very much important. Those who are interested for technical product owner or technical business analyst, guys. So API is nothing but it's a programming interface, application programming interface. Okay, there are like many APIs, many types of API, like SOAP API, REST API. So I will explain each one of them. And also I will bring in one tool like a Postman application, and I will show how to use that particular API. Okay, I will show practically how to do it, and I will make you install that particular Postman in your system, and I will give a use case, and I will explain you the importance of the API and how it will be created. And also I will be giving assignments in this particular area so that you will understand it in a better way. Okay, so this is very much important for a technical BA or technical PO. And next foremost important thing is SQL, guys. So SQL, what is the need of SQL? So SQL is needed, suppose if you are working for data related projects. Okay, if you are working for a Tableau related project. So suppose for a Tableau report project or data warehouse project. So definitely for those products also business analyst is needed, correct? Because you will be writing the user stories and you will be writing the use cases and everything. So definitely you need to know the SQL and up to what level is needed. So all those things I will be explaining in detail, starting from installation of that particular RDBMS system, and then creating importing a dummy database, and then how to start writing the query. So what is the difference between the table, and what is the difference between view, materialized view, what are joins, what are functions, what are aggregate functions, what are ranked functions. So all these topics I will be explaining under SQL concepts, like whatever is needed for business analyst. Okay, so whoever is interested for a technical PO or technical BA, so make sure you don't miss these classes. Okay, and data visualization. So data visualization, as most of you are aware, so there are like multiple visualization applications in the market, and the major giants are Power BI and Tableau. There are some other visualization tools like Microsoft SharePoint, and we have SAP Business Objects and Crystal Reports. There are many in the market. So just understand the concept of one particular reporting area and what it does. So who will be using this visualization reports, guys? Your C-level people in the organization. So what is C-level people? Your like CTO, CXOs, or CPO. So they will be using the reports. So they will see they will not have time to read all the emails, correct? So they will just see the report. So say for example, Agile report is there. Agile monthly report they will check by region. Say in Bangalore, what are the sales, how Agile is performing in terms of sales, and they will compare with July month. So compared to July month, whether we are increased in sales or decreased in the sales in the month of August. So such kind of reports will be developed by your dev team, and that will be viewed by your top level management, so that they can make some decisions. They can understand so how their business is running, because they are spending the amount, right? So they would like to know how it is performing and what are the areas of improvement that we need to do. So such kind of things we will be doing in this particular thing. Okay. And the next important thing that you need to understand is the types of different environments and testing things that is needed. Okay, to give some high level information, there will be different types of environments like dev environment and testing environment. We also call the testing environment as SAT, like system integration testing, and there will be UAT environment, like user acceptance environment, and pre-prod environment. So before deploying something to the production, there will be an environment called pre-prod, and finally production environment, and how the testing will be taking place in each and every environment, and who will be doing the testing. So those things I will definitely explain in this particular section. And then reporting metrics. So it's not like visualization Tableau reports. It is like your project report. Like say, for example, last sprint, how many user stories that you have completed, and how many epics that you have delivered. So how you are progressing month by month, how you are progressing week by week. So such kind of things we can definitely do in Excel, or if you are using Jira, like definitely we can create a dashboard in Jira. So that I will show you how to create the dashboard in Jira and how to project it in a good way. So this will be doing. And what else? So need of a BA in data warehousing and reporting. So this already I covered. So why it is needed. So this I will be explaining with the real-time use cases and all. And Excel skills needed for BA. So I will not explain in detail about this particular class because everyone might have used Excel, and if you know about formatting, but definitely I will show the important concepts. Maybe I can take one class on Excel because Excel itself is a huge thing, and there are like a lot of things to learn in Excel also, right? So I don't want to spend too much time on Excel. So just maybe half a day, half a class or one class I will take on Excel. And as I said, what is the difference in roles of a BA or PO or Scrum Master? So you can apply for all these three roles by end of this course. Okay, I will show the difference, and I'll make you understand, and I'll make you understand like which one is suitable for you based on your knowledge and based on your aspirations, everything. Okay. And a day as a technical BA or PO or Scrum Master. Suppose you start your day in a project, what you will be doing from starting of the day to ending of the day, how you will start the day and how you will close the day, and with who and all you will be interacting in that particular day. So those things I will explain to give you a confidence. So this brings you a confidence in you. Okay. And this is the end of the course. And on top of this, I will be explaining, I'll be helping you to build the resume. So resume building is very much important, guys. So suppose in Naukri, suppose if you are applying through Naukri or LinkedIn, so there will be some criteria by the recruiters. Okay, so they will search with some specific filters, and if your resume meets that particular filters, then obviously like you will get a call from them. Okay, so there are some techniques for it, how to present it in a good way. So I'll help you in that. And job application, how to apply, what sort of companies that you have to apply and how to apply. So those things, and also I can refer with my previous contacts also. And interview tips and questions. So how to present it in an interview, how the interview will be, what is the format of the interview. So how, if you don't know something what interview is asking, how to say that you have not worked on that. So there are so many things in this. I will explain all these things to you. And we can conduct the mock interviews, so that it's just to bring the confidence in you. And interview support will be provided by myself and PT Academy. And post job support, so no one will be doing this, guys, like post job support and guidance to sustain. Suppose you cracked a job, and you are pressurized in that particular project. Okay, say for example, you are pressurized in that project, and you don't know how to handle it. So definitely we will give the guidance for you, like how to deal with that particular situation, and how to come out of that particular problem. Okay, so definitely post job assistance also will be provided from us, guys. So this is a course, a content that I have designed. Okay, and you will be becoming expert in each and every topic. So I will be explaining it in a very detailed way with examples, and you can understand it in a very, very, very neat way. Okay, So that is about the course content, guys. And these slides are just like I have prepared, like what is a business analyst. I have already explained about it. Okay. So that is all on the content wise. So now I will open for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So I just wanted to ask one question. So regarding the position of business analyst. So I saw like a requirement like new job openings. So that would be some kind of business analytics and business analyst. So what is the difference between the two job role,
Okay,
and
so
what is
business.
exactly? Yes, please.
Yeah, got your question, Nandikishore. So business analytics is something different. It is completely into data space. So if you are aware of SQL, and if you are aware of the Tableau reporting, and if you are aware of the integration part, so then definitely you can apply for analytics side also. But that is something different from business analyst. Okay, so the business analyst is purely different, and business analytics and data analytics is completely different. Okay, and technical product owner, technical business analyst, and your business analytics is somewhere related. There you can apply for business analytics role also if you are well aware of these concepts. So let me show you. Yeah, so if you are well aware of these concepts, right, like a 9, 10, and 11, you can definitely apply for business analytics also. Okay, so there are like various roles. If you are master in like all these concepts, you can apply for the 5 to 6 roles are there, so you can apply for all of them.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, any other questions?
I have a background in manual testing. Will it work? Help me with business analyst role? Because sometimes they do.
Definitely it will help, buddy. So because you must have used some of the other management tool like a Jira or like a TFS or Rally. So there are multiple tools. So you must have used one of the tool, correct? So that will give you a good confidence of the process, and you must be aware of the environments in your project, and you must be aware of the team structure and how to communicate with the teams and how to talk with the client. So all these things you're already aware. So you just wanted to understand the business analyst terminologies and the roles of a business analyst, and then you have to just apply it in that particular role. That's it. So definitely it will be an added advantage for you if you have worked as a manual tester. Does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, others, any question? So, and one more thing, guys, I forgot to say. So don't worry about taking the notes and also on a daily basis, the recording will be shared by you by the BT Academy to your email address once you're registered to the course. Okay, so don't